What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Emke from Emke Channel. Hallo. Hallo. So, first things first. Still no chat. I kinda figured out how to do it. But it seems like really annoying. Because unless you use some third-party shit or, I don't know, figure out a setup to just do it automatically. If you do want the highly requested YouTube chat on the screen, you need to like input the link to the chat every single stream because it changes and stuff, and it's like, oh well, whatever. But really, to be honest, who even cares? Who even needs a chat, man? Lemau. But yep, it's Monday, the 10th of not November, which is another epic Nukitashi game time, which is very nice because the last two times were kinda epic. Stuff in the story picked up quite a bit. We made some big advancements. We got some anti-horny gear and whatnot. It's very cool. It's very cool. And at the same time, I, throughout the last 3 days, spent quite a bit of time using my own tools to enhance my my clay thingy. That's making some progress somehow. But it's probably gonna take a while still until it's finished. I'm hoping to get it done within the next 2 weeks, but I don't know. I don't know. The worst part right now definitely is I'm doing a lot of sanding on it. And I don't really have proper tools to sand, so that's taking like ages and whatnot. It's kind of annoying. Very super early on time use. Haro Emke Ch. Very super early and on time, as per usual. I don't know why I ever said that I would be going live between 8 and 9 when I'm always like way past 9. But you just can't stop time, you know. I'm like, surely, but then like, nah, ain't no way, bro. But it is what it is. It's okay, probably. But yeah, 2 more weeks until I get my figure done. Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm trying to take some pictures, of course, still. I might even make it into a little bit of a, I don't know, 3-minute video if I figure out how to do that. But seems like quite the hassle, so I don't know. But yeah, current part is not really all that difficult, but kind of more annoying than anything, really. But yeah, once that's done, I really only have the hands left to do. I think, which the hands are already there. They're just not attached, and they also just don't really look quite right. And to maybe explain that a little bit further, my character has like bandaged hands, so just making hands doesn't really cut it. And they need to make it look as if the hands are actually bandaged as well. So I have to kind of make the hands really thin and fragile in a way, and then wrap them with a second layer of clay. And I don't know, it's kind of weird and stuff. I'm sure it's gonna work out somehow. But also whatever. That's just that, and then I'm getting it done. I've been working on it the last 3 days. I did it just 2 hours ago, actually. I was using my little files and stuff to just rub away on the clay and do the best that I can to take some more material off here and there. But yeah, whatever. It's Nukitashi time. About that though, I realized it's like episode 9 now, and it's been definitely way over 10 hours at this point, and I still haven't had to make a single decision. Which is pretty cool in my opinion, because I don't plan to go schizo mode on this and play every single of the 16 possible routes that you can go in the game. But at the same time, it's kind of like, if that's the case, then how many routes could there possibly be if I'm this far in and I haven't even had to say like yes or no to anything? But yeah. Oh, oi. Grrrrrrrrr. That's a new one. I don't think we had that one before. Could be wrong about that too, though. You never know. I never know. I don't remember. Yippee! Asa-chan is in charge of saying yes or no. Yeah, she has the means to, but she hasn't really utilized them as of late, I think. There was like one situation where she did, but not as much as she could have been. That's, yeah, I guess. Even though it could come in quite handy as like an actual shield at this point when we're running away from the SHO and stuff. Just strap it to your back or whatever and, you know, make sure that if they hit you, in the back at least, then yeah. But I don't know, I have no clue. But that's what happened last time. We got we introduced Hinami Watarai, to our weird NL and S club, and yeah, that's almost pretty much everything that happened there. And then they went home, the glorified going home club, and that was pretty cool, I guess. And now it's apparently a day off because it's the weekend, I'm pretty sure. So there should be 2 days off even. And I have no clue what they're going to do from this point on, because we have like 4 group members and we're planning to recruit more, but how the fuck are you going to do that if what you're doing is basically illegal? But there are cases where you are breaking the law even though you're not really doing anything illegal as well. In like Hinami's case, right? The legal lowly. Hehe. But yeah, what are we going to do today when the chapter is literally called The Onanist? Oh gee, I wonder. Surely this guy wouldn't just start cranking his shit, right? Time to find out, I guess. Oh man. Same room as ever. Nothing really changed so far, I think. But yeah, today is a day off. So what are we going to do then? I usually plan to take everything seriously, but there's nothing wrong with just chilling till lunch on the weekend. So we're doing nothing much at all. I must be close. Naruhodo. Literally doing what I'm doing right now. Interesting. Does that count as a fourth wall break? I wonder. Probably not, but interesting. Main character of a visual novel playing visual novels. Huh. Funny. I've always loved you, main character Q. Yeah, me too. I finally realized how important you, my childhood friend, are to me. Really? I am so happy. Would you get angry if I said I wanted to embrace you right now? Yes, I would. Because that's a special privilege reserved for my Imoto-chan and no one else. So I'm sorry, but that's a no-go. Of course not! Yeah. Oh, you. Asa-chan better doesn't find out about this one. Oh no. But she probably already has like some sort of monitoring script going on anyway. She knows. Monka. Oh. Oh no. Thanks. Smooch, I guess. I kissed you. Sorry. What are you talking about? I have always wanted this. It's hard to believe I could be in such a relationship with you. Me too, Nanako. Aishiteru yo. Nanako, huh? I can't think of anyone that's called that at the top of my head, unfortunately. But I feel like she's probably one of these two. Would maybe make sense, but I don't know. He seems to be a fan though, so I guess that would work out. Ooh, I'm feeling my body get kinda hot. Huh? What? I guess when I gave you my first kiss, I got turned on. Just how easily do you get wet? What? Huh? Are you actually hard too? Not a chance. What is this sluttery here? Oh my goodness. Oi oi oi. Junnosuke is losing his shit. Not this again. My beautiful and pure romance love story is turning into another one of those weird eroge where the main heroine just wants to get smashed. But oi. I am sorry for being a horny and perverted girl. You think I would forgive you for that, bitch? I return to the title screen without saving. Aye. So much for just a little bit of chilling before lunch, but whatever. Now his day is straight up ruined. How could they do that? This eroge is ridiculous. It talks about true love, yet goes straight to a sex scene after the confession. It makes no sense. This is the type of game I hate most of all. I'll pull myself together and try another eroge. The download just finished too. I feel like what he's doing here is a little bit weird though. Why would you be playing eroge if you don't want to smash the characters? Your cute virtual childhood friend waifu. I mean, that's why they are called eroge, right? Who knows? Being able to buy download versions lately has been really useful, and older games are quite cheap. Why don't I give this Underclassmen 2 a go? Game called Kohai 2 or something. Crazy stuff, really. But I guess there's names like that, and then there's like, I got bonked on the head and then reincarnated in another world to repopulate the elven forest after the bad evil demon overlord Jesus killed everyone or whatever. Wow, what a title. Kakusei 2 reference. Okay, I see. I wouldn't know, but I also would never just start like a sequel without playing the prequel first, so hey. This one's based on a real-life scenario. Very good. Oh, she's a childhood friend that lives in your neighborhood and helps out. This is really going to be something else. She's got buoyant brown hair, ponytails, and a nice body. What? What is buoyant brown hair? I only know this in reference to like a boat or things that float on the water because they are buoyant. If that's even how you pronounce that, but like that in combination with a color? Okay. She has a boyfriend and is a non-virgin. That, man. Don't give me that bullshit, bro. Since it was an older work, I was negligent. If anything, I should have been more careful knowing it was an older work. Okay, because those tend to be more horny or what? For a virgin addict like me, a non-virgin heroine is a serious blow and a showstopper. Thank goodness I knew that from the outset. If it had been revealed in the latter half of the route, I would have been spitting blood. I'll give up on this one too. Maybe I will try something else. Big disappointment. That's crazy though. Especially because most people probably know a person just like him in real life. Not really in this particular sense. But people who are like, whoa, the main character in this show is like vegan or whatever. What a lot of crap, I'm not watching this. And then it's like, okay. Just let the guy be vegan. It's literally like barely relevant at all, and it's only revealed in like a single scene in a restaurant or whatever. But I don't know. for some people that's already like too much. Kinda like rent a girlfriend type stuff is what I'm getting at here, you know. It's like, yeah, that's kind of even the main theme here, and it's like, you know. But also it's like, it's just a funny theme, man. Like, it's not supposed to be everyone should do this or whatever. It's literally just like, haha, the guy is paying to spend time with a woman and then he's catching feelings because he's weird and an idiot, and it's kind of silly and funny and haha. And people are like, this is so upsetting. I can't believe this. This is crazy. But yeah. Oh shit. My bad. I did the thing again. I'm stupid. Oh no. Common. Window. Thank you. This has been getting a little bit worse as well recently. I noticed my mouse is getting a double click again. Very upsetting, to be honest. That aside though, some Kakusei law in the chat. There was like a Tamako, you think, character in Kakusei 2, where halfway through her route, you discover she has a boyfriend. This enraged gamers, and some sent broken discs back to developers. Also, she has a brown hair. Like, again, it's like that kind of stuff where it's like, okay, but isn't that like kind of an interesting twist to have in, like, especially something like a romance story? Like, oh my goodness, I'm just hitting it off with like my classmate or underclassman or whatever. You know, we're going on dates and it's like so nice and it's like wow, and then like, actually, Junnosuke-kyun, I already have a boyfriend. And then it's like, what the fuck? There's no way. We are going on a date like almost every day. How could this ever be real? Like, what? But then in like a visual novel it would be like, oh my goodness, what are they going to do next? How could this possibly be real? And then you actually meet the boyfriend and you're like, I'm going to beat you up, man. Or whatever. It's interesting, no? Nah. Straight up back to the title screen. Eject disk. Break in half. What's the address of the developer again? Send that shit straight back. Bro. You already paid for the damn thing. And now you're just sending it back without even giving it like a shot. That's crazy. Like, it's not even like unrealistic. This happens more than enough IRL too, no? Like, it's upsetting and it's like, ain't no way, man. But still, it's like an interesting kind of scenario, no? But that's that. Maybe I should remember the title for another visual novel at some point. But enough of weird silly stuff that is upsetting, weird, questionable visual novel and other people. Yeah. How about the slight romance one? Well, light romance in an arrow game already means, you know, a little bit of romance, quite a lot of fisting, or whatever. Nope, I only just learned what a painful experience it can be to be fooled by the case. There shouldn't be any non-virgins though. I choose the last file amongst a number of downloads. The backlog. AKA my planned watch list or whatever. Title? Hanami Shoujo, the flower girl. Also feel like Hanami is not right at all. doing the Japanese thing again. When I literally have no fucking clue, man. But I'm like, Hanami, flower, but probably also more like festival or fireworks. But then there's also like Hanabi with a B instead of an M, and like, Hanami is watching flowers. Well, guess instead of just the flower girl, she is the flower watching girl. That works for me. There won't be any non-virgins if I play it. There won't be any non-virgins if I play a lowly game. The strat. Very nice, very nice. It's not like I'm remotely a lolicon though. Honest. It's okay, bro. I understand. I feel ashamed though I have no choice if I am to avoid non-virgins. Right, I do not have an option. In which case I may as well enjoy lowly love. Very nice, very nice. Have I mentioned that I recently watched like an anime where there was like this 12-year-old boy who lost like his dad and big bro, and then the best friend of the big bro like came to him and was like, we need to do shit together and we need to fight for whatever reason. And the 12-year-old is literally just like a 12-year-old, and he's like mega confused and he has no idea what's going on. He's literally just standing there like asking questions like, bro, who are you? What is any of this about? What are we doing? And then they just also like, you know, get romantically involved with one another a little bit for some reason. Like the little bro just starts dating the friend of his dad, Oni-chan, and it's like, what? And that was like the only case where it was like straight up, they literally just said like, that one's 12, and that one's way, 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 way older. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. But it was kind of old and yeah, didn't really have a lot of watches or all too good of a rating, but I guess that makes sense. But yeah. Anyway, that would be a shorter romance or whatever, I guess. Who? Who was this? That did not sound like Asa, and I'm also just seeing question marks. And on top of that, that also wasn't like Katagiri. Which is very confusing right now. Nanny? Me after stalling for 20 minutes and then being surprised because... What? I frantically mash the escape key and enter emergency evacuation mode. Okay. So you are interested in that, Jun? That's surprising. I guess I didn't make it in time. Oh no. Someone from Horny Island has learned that I am horny indeed. How could this ever happen to me? Oh no. But who is it though? Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just running a simulation to study the Lolita in its natural habitat in order to foster better communication with Wata. You got that, Nanase? Really? Did I forget about her voice that much? Am I cooked? Possible. Possible. No. Correction. It's your cute younger sister, Jun. Yippee! She's just a very good voice actor. Hehe. Asa! Why are you... Ah, so that's what you were doing. I fooled you good. Jeez, man, that's a crazy addition to your repertoire. My little sister's vocal imitations are unbelievably good. I don't know. There could have been anyone that didn't really sound like Nanase, to be honest. Or maybe it did. I don't know. But I wasn't sure who it was either, so hey, let me have that one, okay? She's frighteningly capable at doing anything within the house, besides housework, you know. Still, if you're going to be so flustered, then there's not much point using emergency evacuation mode. The EEM mode. Shut up, how long have you been watching for? From about when you flipped a shit and fired up a lole eroge. Can't. Unlucky. No more vocal imitations, please. Taking out my anger on you is such good stress relief. I feel much better. Huh, what's wrong? Did something unpleasant happen? Did some foreigner troll you on voice chat? Ayush. She was playing the offensive strike, and some random Russians were just on the mic again. Or whatever. Aye. Oh, I was playing eroge too. And she probably had like the exact opposite problem. She was gaming and then she kissed the main girl and then like the credits rolled or whatever and she was like, what? The main girl is like some super bitch, like Nanase Katagiri. And she didn't even like let me touch her boobies or anything. What the hell, man? That's weird. But yeah. What genre? A cosplay nukige. And this is where I'm out already. I don't really know anything. I know there's like visual novels. And then there's eroge. And then there's like 19 different versions of this. But nukige seems quite common. But yeah. That one has cosplay though. I can read that much. Probably. That doesn't really suit your tastes. It's a nukige, but the slice of life common route didn't have any sex at all. What a waste. Since I had my panties off right from the start. You got angry for exactly the opposite reason I did. We are completely incompatible individuals. But now that you know this, you could like swap discs, basically, right? And then, hey, actually, maybe you would like this one, and then, oh, thanks, Oni-chan. How about you try this one? Oh my goodness, Asa-chan, how nice of you. It was so lovely. They never even had sex. They kept their virginity intact. Love it. Nukiges are meant for cranking it. Naruhodo. I feel like eroge is like exactly the same because I mean, wouldn't that be like, I mean, don't know. But sure. Do you hate me for it? You're unbearably adorable. Ani, takishimete. Another warm embrace, huh? We exchange a warm embrace. Even if we are incompatible, we are very close siblings. Alright, I finished the first scene in the eroge. It must be time to get to work. Work, you say? I fire up the PC modeling software. Naruhodo. I see what's happening. Oh, are you making a new item? What are you making? What are you making? Let's see. I look at my completed list. Gag ball-shaped restraints, Dutch wife-shaped decoys. Ine Magda-shaped USB flash drives. Oh. I was thinking we were getting to work on like another sex sleeve that's based on, perchance, a new character. But I see we're working on some actual gear here. Restraints, decoys, and I don't even know what those last things are supposed to be, but USB sticks. I guess that's cool. Eroge tend to have a heftier focus on story or characters rather than not safe for work content. Like Nukitashi would be considered eroge, but not nukige. I don't know. That makes sense though. There's lots of horny stuff, obviously, but it's like not really there. Like we have the Gale team, and then everyone's just doing it in the hallways and stuff, or just generally like everywhere. But we are clearly very hell-bent on avoiding all of that. Not just because that's like the theme here, but also because the main character's like, that's gay, I don't like that. So that's like the whole deal with this one. But yeah. If you need software, make sure you tell me soon, cause I don't know how fast I can get it working. Yeah, sure. Creating items is our job. I discuss with Nanase beforehand what is required, and then after that I decide how to make it and in what order. Now, what was needed most recently? Oh, Nanase-san-da! What? Nanase-san-da! Means it's time for food? Perchance? Whoa. That was a sound. Asa rushes to the entryway with a whooshing sound out of an anime. Naruhodo. Top of the morning. Thanks for coming as always, Nanase-san. Oh, hey Asa-chan. It was a freaking nightmare coming all the way here. As soon as Nanase steps into our house, she drops everything with a loud crash. She puts down all her usual huge stash of equipment and shopping and is dripping in sweat. Hold it, Asa. What are you trying to do there? It just seemed like a shame to let Nanase's sweat go to waste. Why are you collecting it in a cap? I want to evaporate her sweat and collect its pure salt. Naruhodo, she's scared of demons. Which is why she needs the salt of a pure maiden. to provide only the best of protection against evil spirits and stuff like that. I get it, I get it. Are you nuts by any chance? When our next rice is missing enough saltiness or nanasinium, I can sprinkle some on it. I keep telling you, there's no such ingredient. Or my onigiri. Which is also just rice, really, but tehe. You don't even make any. Her imagination is so revolting, I'm actually repulsed. Actually, why aren't you saying anything, Nanase? What? What's that? Something the matter, Asa-chan? I'm not doing anything. You really are like an eroge protagonist, huh? Nanase stares at us blankly and wipes the sweat off her cheeks. Her ass cheeks. Help. Then Asa hurriedly grabs a cup of water for her and she takes a sip. Huh, isn't that the cup you collected her sweat in? That's crazy. What's wrong? What happens if Nanase ingests nanasinium? She will evolve into the highest form of Nanase. The strongest slut on earth. What? She looks at us inquisitively again. Ignorance is bliss. Some lightly salted water never hurt nobody, I guess. I'm really sorry about my stupid sister who keeps doing this. Huh? What? Turning you into your ultimate evolved form. Well, I don't really mind. Kinda sounds like a good thing. But, yeah. Nanase is unfazed, since we are always this odd. The good karma we build up through our everyday routine really does pay off sometimes. That's some crazy sweat. Well, it's unbearably hot, plus there are a lot of people and they keep talking to me. It's pretty hard to get around. Well, it's almost the height of summer. It's soon going to be the busiest period on this island. I'm really envious of shut-ins like you on days like today. Yeah. I may have been at home, but I've been busy too, you know. You were probably just playing eroge. She knows. It's Jova. How did she know? Don't be stupid. I've been dedicating all my time to making tactical something TAEs. Ah, spy items. Yep. Except we don't even really use them that way, do we? Or actually, I guess we are. We're using funny little gadgets to get intel on our enemies and avoid them and stuff. Huh. I guess that does make sense after all. Call them what they are. TAEs. What does that even stand for, man? Tactical something. Tactical anti-emergencies. Not at all, but surely Something tactical.
なんでよ。それ妙にダサいんだもの。
Why? That sounds incredibly corny. What? Are you saying my cool name is corny? The slut lives in another world if she can't appreciate how cool that name is. You got some nerve, bitch. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into putting functionality in items that are camouflaged as sex toys.
ほんとこの見た目。心の底から童貞臭いのだわ。
It really reeks to high heaven of a virgin, but well, whatever. It's not like I'm making them that way because I like it. I want to make them look as cool as possible. Are you sure about that? Because, as you just mentioned, they just look like sex toys to pretty much everyone else. I guess some of them do look quite cool. You know, they're not just Tenga eggs. They have funny colored patterns on them. I guess that's kind of cool, but yeah. I want them to look like wristwatches and briefcases, like you see in spy movies. You're not making anything that looks like a wristwatch or briefcase. Eh? What? What is bro even talking about? Something that I would want to carry myself. And yet, still, however, I can only bring sex toys since that's all that's allowed and can slip through the FS bag inspections. Plus, I can only have a slut like you carrying them. The disciplinary committee chief got extremely suspicious when she saw me carrying them. As a result, only Nanase ended up carrying them after that. Like the sex toys or the briefcase type stuff? I don't really, well, whatever. Grrr! I want to be the one who gets to equip this stuff. I feel like there's a, what is it? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. But you can't equip the stuff, man. What's the problem? I don't get it. Even if they do have to be shaped like sex toys, I want to have them in my pouch where I can take them out whenever there's a battle.
そんなに持ちたいなら、いつでも渡すわよこれ。
If you want them that badly, I can just hand them over anytime.
いえ、そのグッズは七瀬さんがぴったりだと思いますよ。
Oh no, I actually think those things suit Nanase perfectly.
そう？ありがとう。
Really? Thanks. Something so vulgar could only ever suit a slut like you.
はあ？この童貞さん超失礼なんですけど。
Huh? How rude, you virgin. What are you saying now? Considering you have a tier mole in the default position for a slut.
だから私のほくろには触れるなっつってんでしょうが。
Didn't I tell you not to mention my mole? They are appropriate for you. Can you imagine Water carrying the shit around with her? That would be practically criminal.
そう。まあでもインポの人がオナホール持ってるよりはマシなんじゃない？
Okay, well it's still better than someone impotent carrying a sex sleeve. Don't mention the impotence! Aye. Oh man. I forgot about that. They revealed a bunch of secrets last time. There's one big secret that we don't know, but yeah. Erectile dysfunction and stuff like that or whatever. Unlucky. Nukitashi. Grrrr. Big Angie.
兄、いい加減機嫌直しなよ。いつまでふてくされてるの？
Annie, will you calm down? How long are you going to sulk for? I'm not sulking. Grrr.
まあまあ、もう放っておきなさいな。そのうち機嫌良くなるから。
Now, just leave him. He will calm down sooner or later. Quick fun fact about this right here visual. I feel like it's the only one that I've seen so far that has like this silly angled camera perspective. Which doesn't really mean much, but like I'm just noticing it's the only one that is like that so far. I wonder why that is though. But I guess it gives a nice view of the mega slut. Hehe.
すみません。この愚かで小汚い兄がご気分を害しまして。
Sorry that this moronic, scruffy-looking brother of mine got offended. Who's scruffy-looking?
まあ、今回は私も悪いから。朝ちゃんはいい子ね。
Well, I kinda went a little far with it myself. You're such a good girl, Asa.
そんないい子なんだが。
Gay. A good girl. Good girl. Not really. Gay. Silly little neat girl laughing here. Gay.
変わった笑い方ですこと。
Nice. No way, man. You've got a real weird laugh, though.
それにしても、七瀬さんのお料理の手際はいつ見ても見とれちゃいますね。いいお嫁さんになりますね。
Every time I see you cooking, I'm entranced. You will make a great wife.
そう、ありがとう。
Really? Thank you. If she weren't a slut, that is.
インポは一生旦那さんにもなれないでしょうけど。
Someone impotent would never become a husband, though. Grrr! Women. This is where Face Connect's newest member would probably go crazy. I am just randomly noticing as well. I can't really... I mean, I can. In other words, I probably could roll my ass like that, but... For some reason, when I'm going grrr, it just sounds like that and not like grrr, grrr, I guess. But what the hell? That ain't it, man. But I'm sure she would have a nice time with all of these.
もう兄ったら。だいたいいつもギャルだビーチだ泣きぼくろだって言ってる兄が悪いんじゃないの？
Ah yes, crocodilo. Nitya Nil from Not Denial. But yes. Come on, Annie. Isn't it your fault for always calling her a preppy TMO slut? Another thing. Just, you know, maybe someone's gonna appreciate this. I never really got the whole TMO thing, but I feel like I just got it. Because this kind of mole is pretty normal to me. Usually utilized on slightly older ladies, I think. But here's the important part. What makes this perfectly circular, tiny little mole under her eye a tear mole? Well, it's the placement. It's directly under her eye, just like a tear would be if she started crying. That's why it's a tear mole. But this also means that any kind of other mole, say to the right side of the eye here, where I usually see it, would be seeing it. That probably has like a different name or whatever. I mean, a mole could be literally anywhere, but you know, for beauty reasons, it's like in this like lower face area, I suppose, most of the time. What does that mean? I don't know, but TMO, I got it, because it's like a tear, kind of. Also, oh my goodness, I completely forgot my clay thing needs ears as well. No. That's gonna be difficult as well. Anyway, that's a problem for the me of tomorrow, not the me that is playing Nukitashi right now. But it's true, she's a preppy slut and has a perverted TMO. And it isn't true that you're an impotent virgin. Grrrrrrrr. Sounds weird. Crap. I just had to go and say what came to mind. I pout and look away. Tsun tsun. Aye. This is where in the anime they hopefully have her do like some businessman type pose, and she's just bowing like 15 times in a row. Look, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry my brother's a stupid virgin. No. I'm at fault here too. It's completely different to calling him a virgin. Yeah, it's the impotent part that is bothering him. I am genuinely happy that you told us about that. That does not sound good at all. Hey virgin, thanks for telling me that you're like impotent or whatever. That's I'm so happy that you told me about this. Nice. If it really bothers you, I won't say it again. Yeah, I know, that's one heckin' big lie, but sure. Nanase lays out the plates in front of us. Yep, today it's special beef fillet steak, cold cuts of pork, steamed chicken, and leek miso soup, clam chowder, freeze-dried tofu, and cheese. 3 different types of meat, miso soup, a classic, clam chowder, which is also kind of a soup. On top of that, tofu and some kind of cheese. That's crazy. Whoa, what a huge meal. You're always doing weight training, so I endeavored to make a menu for easy muscle gains. All on the budget, of course. So, cheer up, will you? Eat up now. How very considerate of her. Aye. But now he's tilted. Big match. She finished cooking the pre-made food and the cleaning. And now it's time for her housework service to end. Are you going to walk me home again today? Well, just in case. Nanase blushes slightly and nods. She says no more, and we walk ahead silently. Seeing her like this, she's not really a talkative person. I only recently figured that out. She doesn't say anything unless I speak to her first. It's unexpected given her appearance, but she's not a person to chatter pointlessly. Up to 3 times. Huh? Number of times you can say I'm impotent. Up to 3 times per day. Oh, okay. She got the impotent pass. But she can only use it 3 times every single day. Okay. I call you a slut, so you should be able to call me impotent. What kind of logic is that? But only up to 3 times per day. If you say it any more times, I will get gloomy. Silly. I get it, Mr. Grassuhato. Very nice. She puts on a kind, somehow comforting smile and nods. At times like this, she seems really mature. No, not just seems mature, but probably is mature. More than me, at least. Say, about Wata-chan. What about her? I frown at her unexpected change of topic. Was the reason you saved Wata-chan because she was in danger? Is that the only reason? Well, you saw it yourself. She was a bee's stick away from being raped. A bee's dick. Okay. What more reason do you need? No, that's not what I meant, but I guess. If you saw another girl in similar danger, would you save her too? I answer Nana's hypothetical question. Well, yeah, I probably would. I have to fight. I have friends that I can fight with. Comrades of like mind that would never betray me. You've known each other for like 1.5 months or something? But, I guess. Sure. Yeah, you're right. That's the kind of person you are. She smiles somewhat sadly, but it only lasts a moment. Her kind smile comes back again. Well, there's nothing you can't overcome if you have more friends that can work with you. So true. Whoa. Why are we at the school? Isn't it weekend day 2? Or was it really just like a random day off, like a holiday? Because I feel like the day we met Wata was a holiday already? Because there was some stuff happening at the Nudisto Bichi. No, that's not right. There was an event at Lootland. Or maybe that was something else as well. Oh no. I'm starting to get confused, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure there were events like that. Anyway. Just listen, alright? According to Eroge, luscious thighs and huge tits are common physical traits of virgin women. I don't think either of those would just disappear on non-virgin women, but I guess he's speaking straight facts though, right? Surely he wouldn't just make some shit up for no reason, right?
あれは女というキャラクターにおける商業主義的なパーツの誇張でしょ?
Oh, come on. They're just exaggerating the most desirable parts of the female characters for commercial appeal. Ouch. But the apparent contradiction between eroticism and virginity is proof of its own appeal, isn't it?
いやいや、性的なものに清潔感というガジェットを付加した処女というただの記号だって。いわゆる形式でありフォーマット、ビッチでも肉体的魅力は変わらないよ。
No, no. Virginity is just a buzzword mechanically used to add a sense of purity to their sexuality. The format demands it as a standard trope. A slutty heroine wouldn't be any different in terms of physical appeal. Yeah, and I kinda feel like the slutty one would have even fatter thighs and bigger boobies. Just to like even further play into her being a slut and stuff. But if it's just a buzzword, doesn't it make it another kind of exaggeration? Are you saying they use it to add contradiction to the character as well?
それってツンデレみたいなもんじゃん。ツンとデレという相反する要素を魅力にしてるわけで。
Why do you think tsunderes are a thing? The seemingly contradictory personality traits of that character archetype are precisely what give it such broad appeal. But still, it's a widely known term, and it already insinuates a contradiction, so it's not the same as what I'm talking about. Basically, the importance of virginity is... we walk to school having our normal, cordial sibling discussions, of course. Ah, Wata-chan.
あ、立花くん、あさねちゃん、おはよう。朝に会うのは珍しいね。
Okay. Ah, Tachibana-chan. Wrong. Whatever. And Asane. Mon. Don't usually see you guys at this hour. Yeah. You're right. Oh. No way. New shot! Bogey's epic new CG unlocked. And see, this one is in a normal angle. I knew it. Guy who has seen two CGs. Lul.
どうかしたの二人とも。そんな鳩が豆電球つけたみたいな顔して。
Huh? You guys alright? What's with that pigeon staring deeply into light bulb expression? Now, that's an analogy for you.
鳩の名前はエジソンかしら。
Was the pigeon's name Edison? That sounds like in a mega old Smarty Pants reference here. A pigeon that was forced to stare into a light bulb? Only thing that comes to mind is Thomas Edison. If that's the guy who made like light bulbs, but I don't really get the thing with the pigeon here. And Thomas is already also just like a guess. But yerm, surely. More importantly though.
なんで
なるほど。
ハイペースに乗ってるの?
What's with the folding chair anyway? Well, as you can see, no shoes. Our locker's like as high as it could possibly be, and she could never reach it without the folding chair. Right?
これ私の下駄箱が高い位置にあってね。これがないと上履き出せないんだね。
Oh, this. My locker is up high, so I needed to get my indoor shoes out.
なぜか子供の頃からいつも届かない高さの下駄箱になるから、昔からずっとパイプ椅子持ち歩いてるんだよ。
For some dumb reason, my locker's always been too high for me to reach ever since I was a kid, so I just took to carrying a chair around everywhere. Just what everyone else would be doing as well. I also just casually carry a ladder around with me in case I need to reach something high up somewhere. And here's the thing, my ladder is much more versatile than a chair would be. Because I have varying heights that I can reach now. And I can also reach very high up things. And it still folds nice and neatly like a chair would. I don't know. What the hell? Imagine seeing a guy who's actually like just walking around with a chair for this exact reason. Well, I'm small, so I have this chair for increasing my height and stuff. Or whatever.
ああ、だから常にパイプ椅子携えてたんだ。
Oh, that explains why we always see you with it then. I always wondered why you had been dragging something like that around everywhere.
そうなの。この椅子ね、すごい便利なんだよ。これさえあれば、高いところのものもすぐ取れるからね。
That's right. This chair's really quite useful. As long as I have it, there's nothing high up that I cannot reach.
足場が悪い時とかはね、こうやっても使えるんだ。ほら、背もたれの部分でドアとか開けられちゃう。
Heck, I can even use it when the footing isn't so good. Plus, look, I can even open doors and stuff using the back of it.
あ、そうだ。二人の上履きも取ってあげようか。ふふん、お姉さんに任せて。
Oh, I know. How about I get your indoor shoes for you both? Just let your big sis handle it.
いえ、大丈夫で。
大丈夫で。Okay. Hey, don't laugh at Hyuk Hyuk Hyuk. What kind of weird laugh is that supposed to be?
なんで笑ってるの？私先輩だよ。
What are you laughing at? I'm your senpai here.
兄、この小さい生き物がすごく愛おしいよ、私。
Annie, ain't this teeny little girl the cutest dang thing you ever saw? Ain't she just? That's one cute lolly we got over here.
小さくもないし、ロリでもありませんけど。
Firstly, I'm not teeny, and secondly, I'm not a lolly. Teeny little Wata-chan gestures furiously at us, her cowlick bobbing to and fro the whole time. Now, that's what I call a sight for sore eyes at this hour of the morning.
今朝は全校集会が行
Bing
われ
bong
ます。
bang bong.
生徒の皆さんは直ちに性行為を中断し、体育館にて再開してください。
There shall be an assembly for the entire school this morning. All students, please cease intercourse immediately and resume your activities in the gymnasium. This again. What's she gonna say this time? We need more sex. More sex. Please. And then she just leaves again.
あれ？全校集会だって。今日って朝会の日だったっけかな？
Huh? She said the entire school. Was there a morning assembly planned for today? I don't think so. Asane?
予定にはなかったね。1年通しての学園行事リストにもないはず。
Nothing in the schedule about it. Don't see anything in the annual school events listing either. She looks at her tablet and shakes her head. Well, if we just stay vigilant until it's over, we should be fine. Let's just get going. Naruhodo. Quite the setting we have here, as always, really. The gymnasium is already packed with students. Students everywhere are enjoying all sorts of wild sex, and the summer makes them even more enthusiastic, said Cicada Sally with a kind of horny tone, I guess. Naruhodo. They sound like cicadas indeed, huh? The heat has baked some people's brains, reducing them to pure instinct, and amid the trappings of a traditional Seran summer, they have reconnected with their inner cicadas. I'm a bust! I'm a bust! Yeah! But thankfully, considering the sheer chaos, nobody will notice us not doing anything. It's almost ironic how strangely safe we are in here. That girl. Huh? What is it? Some fine lass catch your eye? Look, that girl in the corner of the gymnasium. I occasionally see her. I occasionally see her at assemblies, but she always seems to be alone. She doesn't really grab your attention when just scanning over the crowd. But concentrating harder, I can make out a girl leaning against a pole somewhere in the gym. She's rather plain looking and hunched over. Definitely not a girl who would stand out. Oh, over there. Didn't even notice her. She's awfully chest swell herself. Goddamn hooters. Are they really big enough to be worth mentioning? They're huge. She can fuck off with her hooters. Oi oi. We're slowly out here, straight up telling someone to fuck off. You naughty girl, Wata-chan. Luli shouldn't be telling people to fuck off. But I'm not a Luli. Oi. I concentrate and strain my eyes. She has a special something that makes you lose sight of her if you don't give her your full attention. But she also has a rather composed air of gracefulness. From where I'm standing, she does not look like someone with hooters. Okay. Well, that's just because so many people on this island got him. It screwed up your standards. Hey, don't go blaming the whole world just cause you're a walking, talking washboard. That's not what I meant, genius. I'm not that flat, you know. I went and consulted the internets, and they said that it's not natural for literally everyone to have a huge rag. This island's messed up, I tell you. So your complex about being flat was so great that you had to go and post about it. No, I wasn't that worried about it or anything. She scowls and glares at the big-boobed girl. I know everyone around here is packing giant titties, but I swear, that girl's gotta be one of the top batters when it comes to top size around here. Hinami is so real for this, huh? Well, I don't know if she actually went and posted about it on the 4chans, but She went and consulted the great internet about her issues, I suppose. That is more than serious enough. Her eyes are shooting daggers. I guess her chest really does bother her a lot. Though I've got my own hang-ups about shit too, so I should just leave it be. Oh man. Silly. Oh, there she is again. Rare token appearance. Good morning, everyone. An elegant voice rings out. My attention is unconsciously drawn to it. I can see that everyone is diligently having wholesome perverted sex again today. Your student council president is most pleased indeed. And I really need to hear this again. Seito Kaicho is student council president. So I'm assuming Incho is right for class president. I am so big smartsman, it's crazy. Learning Japanese at lightning fast speeds here. Or whatever. Every eye in the gymnasium is drawn to her. That girl has the power to draw the public's attention forcibly to herself the moment she opens her mouth. Doskebe sex is connecting with another. And connecting breeds understanding. And understanding, that is the purest form of human relationship. Kinda feel like she said exactly the same thing last time we were here as well. But I could be wrong. The philosophy she lays out, however, is something that I can never accept. Go forth, have perverted sex, deepen your understanding of others, and build connections with them. I refuse to even comprehend the words coming out of her mouth. And in that brief moment, she gets out a gun. Her eyes meet my own. Oh no. Virgin spotted. No, it must have just been my imagination. Our gazes must have just crossed paths by coincidence. Huh? For just an instant, though. Her smile seemed to signal that she saw right through me. At least, that's what it felt like. And so, with that in mind, I have been mulling over holding another event to aid in this understanding. The Student Council President makes a declaration of war against the NLNS. But how could this ever happen to us? Beginning tomorrow, for the next 4 days, we shall be hosting the Who's the Ace Condom Shootdown King Championship. The what now? Condom Shootdown King. What? Okay. After school, we convene in our secret underground base.
ついに2ヶ月のうち最も過酷な数日間が来てしまったわね。
Great. We finally get to endure the objective worst few days yet of the last 2 months. Nanase and I finally agree on something for once. Asa is sleeping and Wata is staring blankly at us.
生徒会長さんが言ってたイベントってそんなに大変なの？
That event the president mentioned, is it that big of a deal? So you haven't experienced this before then?
ないことはないけどな。私あんまり縁がなかったからな。
Well, I did once, but truth be told, I totally sucked at it. Yeah, I could imagine that. And I can't even imagine what this contest is even supposed to be. She must have been totally ignored, so I guess she wouldn't really understand the basic idea of this particular event.
このイベント、通称撃墜用イベントは生徒会がよりセックスを推奨するイベントなの。
This event they are calling Shootdown King is an event where sex is encouraged even more than usual.
明日の火曜日から金曜日までの4日間、道具や生でのセックスが規制されるのよ。
Okay. Starting tomorrow from Tuesday through Friday, there will be restrictions on raw sex and sex involving toys. Well, the second one is quite bad for us, I guess. Restrictions on raw sex sounds a little silly, but I guess it is supposed to be the Condom Shootdown Championship, so...
推奨なのに規制なの？
So it's more encouraged, but there are restrictions too.
その代わりに特殊なコンドームが女子たちに配られて、どれだけ射精されたコンドームを手に入れられるかを競うのよ。
Instead, special condoms will be distributed to the girls, and it's a contest to see who can have the most condoms filled with ejaculate.
射精されたコンドームを太ももや任意の場所につけていって、それを撃墜マークに見立てるわけね。
They will stick the emission-filled condoms to their thighs and other random parts as well. I dare say you could almost call them emission targets. なるほど。
そのコンドームすらもらったことがないよ。
I never even got any of those condoms. Adi. She is so under the radar, man. The super loli in 3rd grade. Who just happens to be here because she is so giga-brained. Which probably isn't all too difficult in this kind of school. But so giga-brained that she skipped like 5 grades at once. Damn. Always bullied indeed. However, at least her virginity is still intact, I suppose. Makes us, of course, now notice another funny thing about this whole virginity thing. And how Junosuke was just talking to Asa about how boobies and thighs are like kind of enhanced on virgins, right? I mean, they never really mentioned height, but I feel like some of those things are kind of lacking on this right here virgin as well. But maybe that's just because she is of the lowly archetype, since we also do have the #1 slut in school, and Imoto-chan, who probably kind of do fit into that description. So, yeah. Anyway.
女子という判定すらされていなかった。
There we go. So, they didn't even see you as a girl then? you got a hell of a way of joining the conversation after waking your lazy ass up. You know that?
学園の中で最も使用済みコンドームを集められた女子が勝利者になるというわけ。ちなみに数が同じだったら精液の量で決まるらしいわ。
In other words, the girl in the school who collects the most used condoms is the winner. Sexist, by the way. Why couldn't the guy be winning? I mean, they don't get condoms to begin with, right? So like, but like, I mean, we don't have gay sex either, but like, I don't know. But I sense something wrong about this. Aphrodisiacs will be distributed throughout the school during that period, and any food with potent properties will be sold at a discount. Aphrodisiacs, huh? In other words, the entire school will be encouraging sex with rubbers. They usually hold this event every other month. Damn. Okay. But last month, us and I had to live through the sudden quickie Shootdown King Championship Ace that comes from nowhere event 2. Excuse me. Sudden quickie Shootdown King Championship Ace that comes from nowhere event. What? So really, we have been through this idiocy before. Assuming the regular event is the same as the sudden event, that is. We already have to deal with enough from the FS, but at times like these, the sex seekers are the real problem. Seishokusha? Is that some new police procedure on a show? No.
SS とか SHO とかじゃなくて、ドスケベ条例に準じる一般的な町の人間のことね。準の造語なんだけど。
It's a term for regular townspeople who are neither FS nor SHO members, but still requesting perverted sex in accordance with the law. Jun came up with it. Very nice. The effect that sex seekers will have on this event is they will be all over the place requesting sex. Darn casuals, man. Requesting sex. Just have sex, man. What the hell? So, apart from using condoms, everything else is just business as usual then? Well, not exactly. It will take longer for people to get their rocks off. Why would that be? I thought you're even getting aphrodisiacs and stuff. Maybe there's something about the condoms that they're using or whatever. I don't know. Sex with condoms tends to take longer than when done raw. Ah. Naruhodo. But of course. It always feels better without one. Or whatever. Not like I would know, but that's what they say, right? Taking longer means the number of people lingering inside the school increases, and the number of observers also increases. I see the problem. We are not just going to be sticking out at the end because we don't have any emission-filled rubbers, but there are also just a lot more people who are in our way of escaping or whatever. In concert with that, the number of FS also increases, as does the intensity of their surveillance. The people who would normally be having sex outside of school after hours will be doing it on school grounds instead. And if that sex also takes longer, what do you think will happen? Well, I would honestly think not much would be happening, because they are just busy having sex still. But the increased amount of FS soldiers could be a problem, I suppose. But since there are more people having sex, the FS members also have more work on their hands. Yeah, I don't. Whatever. They will spill out of the school building. Right. Ergo, we will have students from the courtyard to the back of the school building that way. I see. So the FS will have surveillance extended to there, which would mean using the rear gate to get out is a no-go? That's correct. All in all, this will create a rather inconvenient situation for us. So as long as the event is going on, it's best to avoid that at all costs. Having said that, I have survived it once already. It was basically hell on earth, but damn, if I didn't get out of it unscathed. So with the rear gate a no-go, we only have one option: bursting through the front gate. I feel like the old man would have done a really good job if he managed to connect our underground base to literally anywhere outside of the school grounds. And if it's through some weird rinky-dinky sewer system. Because you can kind of access it from just barely outside of the school building itself. But if you then want to get out of it, I suppose you only have like the same way that you came in, or the two elevators that are literally inside the school building. So, yeah. Maybe that's something that we should be working on, no? Doesn't that seem like a plan? Try and create another exit/entrance somewhere on the island? I don't know. Seems like a lot of effort as well though, so yeah. But they've got FS people at the front gate, right? Would you even be able to do that? Not normally, no, but I have a cunning and subtle plan. An alarm sounds before I can continue. Oh, an alarm. Oh my goodness. It's the Soap Nike alarm. Hello, Soap Nike. I am not winning. I am actually so omega fucked right now. Because apparently the Seito Kaicho, what was that again? The person who is rank 1 in school, basically, one above the class reps and stuff, has announced another event, which means there will be more guards in my way to cause trouble on during our club activities or whatever. Hehe. Yush, an alarm, an alarm. We all look towards the alarm, waiting. That's always there, but waiting. An image appears on the monitor in the middle of the base. The atmosphere in the base is somehow tense. Alrighty. Let us start with the matter of the current situation. What is your progress? Not to be rude, old man, but like literally, what are you talking about? What progress? And current situation, well, let's just say we're fucked, basically. Yeah. The Shootdown King FS event is starting tomorrow. We are currently having a strategic meeting in regard to that. And the girl. Naruhodo. I see now. Fumino progress. Is that the name of the young maiden that we are supposed to protect? That we haven't even encountered yet? Because we don't know shit about her. The old man literally just said like, here, this name. Please. Thank you. Bye bye. Like what? Who? We are still looking for her, probably. Actually, we haven't even talked about that within like the last 2 episodes, but with that said, I do believe it would be wise to guarantee our personal safety over the next 4 days. Naruhodo. Naruhodo. But actually, Junosuke-kun, I have granted you this here hideout with the specific purpose of protecting Fumino-chan. And if this most dangerous event is happening right now, shouldn't it be even more prioritized, whatever, to make sure that she also gets through this event safely? Do you see where I'm coming from here? Or whatever. What? I don't know, man. He's just okay with it. That's a surprise. Very well. I shall allocate some funds, money, for that purpose. Be sure to check the usual account. Continue your investigation to the best of your abilities during the event. Isoda. Oji-san, over and out. Okay. The transmission is abruptly cut off. The tension in the room finally begins to dissipate. Huh? Okay. I was holding my breath back there. Who was that old codger anyway? Well, that old codger is actually the OG Oji-san Rider, the founder of the NLNS, Hinami-chan. You would get it. You are a lowly archetype character. You are kind of silly by default, so just forget about it. He is our patron. Damn. That's a pretty shrimple explanation here. We need money for our escape plans, not to mention for manufacturing our items, and that money is coming out of his pockets. For free. Wow, that's so cool. So we have a sponsor. Kinda makes me feel like I'm in a proper team. Yep, a proper go-home team. This is a situation we must survive at any cost. Starting tomorrow, the NLNS will be in a 4-day status of special operations. Kinda makes you think of like a boot camp in a way. But it's not just a boot camp, it's like the real deal. A crisis. Monka. Hinami even looks short in the PNG. Very real. Sure does, sure does. You unfortunately missed like a funny CG about 30-40 minutes ago maybe, where she showed off her folding chair tech. That was quite something. But yeah, tiny. Teeny tiny with a folding chair for balancing that out or whatever. No matter what happens, we will overcome this Shoot Down King event. Whoa! An altogether Nukitashi intermission, followed by the road at night with not even a single streetlight on? That's not good at all. YouTube is kinda awesome because you can actually mouse over the VOD from 40 minutes ago and see the chair she was standing on. Yeah. And Twitch has that too though. Costs about $5 per channel that you want to use it on, but Twitch has that too, so it's not that special anymore. It's actually so fucked, it's crazy, man. Like, what the hell? Like, how is this real, man? Literally the only upside that Twitch has at this point is like, it's actually focused on streams. Whereas in YouTube you would never find a stream unless it's like a person that you're already like subscribed to, or someone who's maybe getting recommended to you because you watched Samiko Saba, so hey, why don't you watch like the Doki Burps or Nimi Nightmare or whatever. So, you know, they show you maybe like one other person that you may be interested in, and that's about it. Whereas on Twitch, you know, it's everything. It's a live stream. They're not actually showing you all that much either, but you have like this little sidebar with like a little bit of stuff, right? So there's at least something going on, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's kinda stupid. It's kinda stupid. But anyway. How about a little bit of a sip, actually? I'm having some gamer juice again. Very yummers indeed. Very yummy yummers. Wow, I feel like 2% better now. It's crazy. Who could have thought? Moving on. Yush. Our escapes are about to get a whole lot tougher. Gotta stock up again while I have the chance. As in... Yeah, as in, what exactly are you stocking up again? Because as we learned, Nanase, Katagiri, is the one who is actually using all of the funny trinkets that we are developing. We, plus Asachan, are just the radar, basically. The recon team and the attack team, basically. Or something like that, I guess. Not sure where Wata-chan would be coming into play in our little squad here, but Again, I'm looking forward to some dope folding chair action. That would be epic. Oh. Is this Monka? I think so. Unlucky. I leave the house with that thought. And that's that already. Monka enough. Instead you get the epic RGB loop lamp? A loop fountain is what I mean, obviously. It's not just a lamp, but it has lamps built in. Even at this hour, the center of town has people all over the place having Doskibesexen. They had that scene. They had to show that scene, huh? Sure did. Quick jump scare. All good. Always nice to show off my funny little look what I randomly came across on the interwebs collection. I wish I could see what's on screen right now, but I can't. But whatever. Silly. This island never sleeps, because everyone's already fucking around. If you get what I mean. But the tourists certainly do a lot of sleeping with anything that moves. No matter the time of day. In summertime, when the days are long and nights don't get cold, it's particularly lively with people. Ugh, disgusting. I observe them from one street away. It's like never land out here. That sure does sound like another reference, Emke Ch. And again, as a outsider still, that's kind of unfortunate, but I don't get it, but sure. Never rando this.
治安統括部へ。こちら特殊戦闘部シアラ00千葉後期です。ブラボー7に代わり B 地区の治安維持を行います。
It's Cookie Kyun. Kyun. Cookie appearance. Public Order Control Division. This is Public Order Battle Division Sierra 00. Cookie Sembadis. I'm maintaining order in Sector Bravo in Bravo 7's place. That sounds kinda complicated. Battle Division Sierra is maintaining order in Sector Bravo. Why are you using those callouts for not just like your division, but also the sector that you are in? What if Team Bravo is in Sector Bravo? That would be so confusing. Anyway. Oops. Sounds about right. SHO guards are stationed all over the place. Since I'm on my own tonight, I gotta watch my ass. Oh. That's your rare weekly Koki appearance. Like, what the hell, man? Whatever. I slip out of the city center and enter the labyrinthine alleys again. Labyrinthine? Labyrinthine? Labyrinth of alleys. I can vaguely hear the clamor of the beach as I move away from it. It's unusually quiet here compared to being in the center of town. Yeah. I hear a woman squeal. I shudder. Monka.
こんなところでしたら島の人たちに声聞かれちゃう。
If you're gonna do me here, the whole island's gonna hear me. She does say that like it's a problem, or as if that would be like unusual or anything. But Kinda feels like that's not really the case.
そういう場所でやるのがいいんだろうが、聞かせてやろうぜ。元声楽部エースの喘ぎ声をよ。
All the better then, ain't it? Let him hear the former vocal club ace singing her heart out. Those sure are some great notes she's letting out here. I turn around and see two people in the midst of the deed. So that wasn't a scream then, just a moan. I breathe a sigh of relief. I am so very relieved indeed. Anyway, my heart is still pounding. I feel a few beads of cold sweat on my brow. That brought back unpleasant memories. I wipe my forehead and try to erase the image from my mind. That's all in the past now. Oh. Okay. A woman screaming triggers his the thing. Yeah. No need to remember it. Reassuring myself of that, I get walking again. Into the woods? What? I've really gone quite a ways now. I check my position on the map with the tablet and examine my surroundings. Pretty sure it's around here somewhere. As I was wondering... As he can. As I was wandering around the island creating the escape route map, I chanced upon a certain shop. Found it. I stand in front of a store constructed out of wood, hidden within the forest. Okay. What kind of weird shop are we looking for that's hidden in the forest? An eerie orange glow emanates from within the store. The name of the store? The Mutable Membrane. That sounds wrong. The Mutable Membrane? No. What? When it comes to the kind of stuff you can't get anywhere on Sedan Island, well, they're guaranteed to have it. Shit. Hot damn, son. Now that's what I call some good fucking shit right here. I have no clue what bro is on about, but they seem to have sold him some other good stuff, you know. Some of that W Zaza. Or, I don't know. I make my way home, proudly carrying my big haul along with me. God damn, who would have thought there would be a store like that on this fucking island? All of the kind of stuff you can't get anywhere on Sedan Island. In other words, sex lease. What? Did not know shop was this early. Crazy. Really? I mean, I kinda wish there would have been something here just now about the shore stop. Shore stop, bro. The back-to-back mix-up. I can't language, man. Shop. Would have liked a bit of a CG, you know? Like a cool orange glowing secret shop. In the jungle. But yep. Given the people of this island can have sex without needing to use sex leaves, there are people who don't even know they exist. But there's one corner of the Mutable Membrane shop which is absolutely stocked with them. From the standard classics all the way up to the latest designs, you name it, they got it. The new ones will be especially useful for my own research. And they say impulse buys don't pay dividends. Yeah, stupid. I could order them online, but there's the issue of delivery time and shipping costs. Bunch of whack stuff, if you're asking me. But, yeah. As long as that store's around, I can stock up and then use them right away. Wonderful, I'm definitely gonna buy him from him again. Sometime. Gotta support good local businesses. Yippee! Even though he has access to multiple 3D printers and like hundreds of already made sex sleeves, as he calls them. I guess it's just nice to still buy the good stuff, you know. The commercial premiums that the average peasant like he could never fathom to craft on his own. Or whatever. I swear that to myself. That store is just about the only redeeming feature this whole island has. Right, time to get my ass back home and have a go on this Ever 17 sleeve. And this may be weird, but I'm pretty sure that's like a real brand. Damn. Is that an advertisement? I did some independent research on the topic myself. Like 2 or 3 years ago, actually. Before, and now this might be shocking you, before the Japanese government decided that Amazon dare not display content of this specific kind to overseas customers anymore. Ain't that crazy? I don't know why they decided that it would be like bad if foreigners, like myself, could go onto Japanese Amazon and just even like look at them. But yeah, unless you're like in Japan or using a VPN, I guess you can't look or purchase toys of this variety from Japan anymore. Even if you're using like stuff that I'm usually using, you know, the what's that called again? People who buy stuff from Japan for me and you pay them like a little bit of an extra. Reminds me of my still unopened packaged again. Whatever. Ever 17 or whatever. Funny. Ita. It's the huge boobied weird girl from the gymnasium, I think. I can figure out that much at least from previous episodes. And if she's not, then oh. Oops. Sorry, madam. I feel my foot strike something and I instantly stop. I was so engrossed in my purchases that I didn't even notice the girl crouched down on the ground. Okay. But it was strange how she completely slipped my notice like that. Almost like she had no presence whatsoever. Kind of familiar. No, it's okay. You just bumped into me. Don't worry about it. Next to her is a bicycle, resting on its kickstand. And by bicycle, he means I feel like they had a name, but I'm just gonna call them a foxicle. Because I'm so funny. Hehe. Something wrong with your bike? Eh? I might be able to fix it. Let me take a look. No, it's fine. She hastily kicks up the bike stand and pushes the bike to move forward. Ouchies. But the bike doesn't budge, and she takes a tumble. Silly women. Ugh. The bike falls over as well, landing right on her. Seriously, are you alright in the head? Really, I'm fine, but don't concern yourself with me so much. I couldn't really tell in the dark, but judging from what just happened, I think the chain slipped off. I can fix that in a jiffy. The Megaris mechanic over here. I stand the bike up and set the chain back. My hands end up kinda greasy, but the bike seems to be working again. There you go. Thank you. It works. She moves her bike backwards and looks away from me. She seems somehow frightened. You really helped me out. Well, I think I owe you some gratitude for this. Oh, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. But I think that would be quite rude. No, really, it's cool. Later. Jane. I got me hands greased today. 2. Flat tire. That happens sometimes. I used to use a bike quite a lot as well, a couple of years ago. Bikes are pretty cool. I'm kind of a car hater myself, actually. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I also always have like a flat tire. And my dad had to fix it like a bunch of times. Which is kind of crazy, and I'm not really sure why that is, because, I mean, there's no way that they would be that fragile, that they would always, like, just, I don't know, pop or tear somewhere so that you constantly need to patch them back up again. Obviously, something that's been damaged is more prone to getting even more damaged if you keep on using it. But a whole new, like, bike tire ain't particularly cheap anyway. Either. Tehe. But yeah. That stuff happens. Moving on with the rest though. I dismiss it as nothing and walk off. Sumimasen. Thank you so much. Somehow forgot the second part there. I'll redo that one. Sumimasen. And then I'm cooked. What? I don't know if it's because it's late or because I'm actually retarded. What the fuck? Why can't I remember it? She says thank you in Japanese though, in case you didn't know. I turn around and see her bowing her head deeply. Very nice. She puts her bag in her basket and rides off briskly. I couldn't really make her out in the dark, but she seemed pretty cute and well stacked too. She seemed like quite a composed and refined bookworm. What? Again, maybe I'm Omega restarted right now, but I'm pretty sure that lady didn't even have glasses on. Bookworm, no glasses. I don't know, bro. But you kinda lost me on that one, not gonna lie. Suddenly, a thought crossed my mind. That might have been her. The girl I saw in the gym this morning. I turn around. But she's already ridden away far enough that I can't see her at all. Not in that kind of darkness. What? Oh, heckies. Now I guess that's another thing then. And I don't really, want to disappoint anyone because I just spent like 10 minutes talking about bikes and bullshit. But this is kind of like the moment again, you know. I am so very sorry. But it's also been like another 2 hours again. So it's time for some Seivu Suryo Death of the Jin, probably. Monka. Is he going to die? What the hell? What are these chapters, by the way? Do flat girls, and then I seriously don't know. We bone the knight, the onanist, followed by Death of the Virgin. What the hell? Death of the Virginia. Damn. They're going to war with Virginia, a random state in the United States of the Americas, for some reason. Interesting. Interesting. But, yeah. Interesting. Also, we haven't really recruited anyone. Although, I guess we just learned that we're like on high alert from now on, so that's probably kind of on hold anyway. But that's what I was kind of expecting would be like the topic for today's episode. But I mean, that's fine. Surprises and stuff, right? But yep. That's basically that for today. That marks the end of episode 9. But don't worry. Mr. Emke Ch, that's me, probably, is gonna be back with even more of my bullshit again on Wednesday. Yippee! Probably not too much of a surprise. Feel like I did a pretty good job so far to have like a stream every 2 to 3 days lately. They're not really as early as I would like them to be, but yeah, I mean, the clock be clocking, or whatever Mr. Ch said earlier. That happens. That's okay. Not too big of a deal, right? And sometimes I do feel like starting late. You know, like on a day where I didn't stream, and then I'm like, it's kind of 11 p.m. right now, but I don't really have anything to do, and I would be like, since I don't have anything to watch, why not get a quick episode in? But damn, that's yeah. But it's a Monday and there's other shit going on and people have shit to do and there's shit to do and yeah, so it's okay. And we've reached the time limit pretty much anyway, so that works out just fine. Anyway, more play updates, box updates, and whatnot. On Wednesday, I'll be seeing you guys and all my fellow viewers then. Not sure what I'm gonna be doing about the whole chat thing, since again that's kind of annoying. It's possible, but like, I mean, I guess yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, but yes. Please like and subscribe and all that. You know what's up, yo. Have a good night and stuff. Yeah. Don't crank it too much, man. Bye bye. Bye bye.